Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, a very good morning to all. My name is George, and anyway, not much description required. We'll talk about with the work we will do. Uh, I'll be taking up quantitative aptitude for you. Uh, so anyway, we have a target. So the very purpose I'm here is with a target. Target meaning the performance you will be able to give after completion of this GFC course. So we have a target. We have a target. Target meaning every question we will have a target of, let's say, 20 seconds. So we have a target of solving every question under 20 seconds. And I'll show you how. And it is very much possible. Sometimes when you are practicing more and more, when you are very fluent in the technique that we will be using, you will be able to solve, let's say, within 15 seconds even. There is no issue there. Have faith in the class, have faith in yourself. So we'll show you how to do problems quickly. So this is the target. If any of the method you are using requires you to solve the problem, hello. If any of the problems you are solving, if it takes more than, let's say, 30 seconds, then it's not actually fruitful, because this is a very competitive exam. It's unlike some 5-10 years ago. It's very competitive. The cutoff is getting higher and higher every year. The nature of the question, it's getting tougher. So we have to be very competitive. You have to practice more. The more you practice, the better you will be, the faster you will be. So this exam, this competitive exam, be it the SSC, be it the banking exams, it requires you to solve the problems in the shortest of time. So our target is to be very quick and with very high accuracy. The chapters that we will be dealing in this general foundation course can be listed as, let's say, yesterday you have talked briefly about the chapter, but let me rewind. Ratio and proportion. So this is very important. Now, let's say, what is ratio and proportion? It is derived from unitary method. Please pay attention. This is the very foundation on which all the other topics will be solved. If you can understand this, is this clearly visible? See, for ubi bro. Learn to practice. Learn to practice. Learn to learn. So this is the very foundation. This is the very foundation on which we will try to solve the various chapters as much as we can. I won't be giving you formulas. As much as possible, we will try to do away with formulas. Typical question. Question formulas. So until and unless those type of those type of few questions are there, until and unless those questions comes up, we will try to solve as much as possible without using any formula. Guarantee. That's my first guarantee. And we will solve those questions, very tough questions, very easily, which will make you feel like you could have done this in this way earlier. Is there any query? hope not. Anyway, so this is the very foundation. We'll try. So there is a saying by Bruce Lee. Well, I will not fear a person who practices 1,000 different types of kicks. I will not fear a person who practices 1,000 types of kicks every day. But I will fear a person who practices a single type of kick 1,000 times a day in heaven. I will fear a person who practices one type of kick 1,000 times a day in heaven. So it's the same as practice makes perfection. Concept to the So I'll give you a single technique, a single method called unitary method, ratio proportion. I'll give you a technique through which you can solve many of the chapters, quantitative aptitude ki chapters through the line. Even if the problem becomes very complex, you'll be able to deduct it into a very simple ratio proportion format, and you'll be able to solve very quickly. And the beauty of this technique is, any question be asked to you, any question, CP, cost price, profit, loss, pipe and cistern, time and work, compound interest, simple interest, seeking method, single method, we'll try to hit every different kind of problems. So, seeking technique, ratio concept, clear, you'll have better understanding, better conceptual understanding of the problem, and you'll be able to solve much faster. Because a single technique, we're trying to hit them all. Lord of the Ring, a single ring to conquer them all, and so that is the way we'll try to approach the quantitative aptitude. And as we progress further and further in the class, you'll see how the problems, even the toughest of the problems, can be solved in a very easy manner. So that's the target. I said at the beginning, very beginning, I said 20 seconds is our target. Depending on the level of your practice, the more you practice, you can solve much faster. 20 degi handana, even maybe 10 seconds to solve the class ki marakta koi square to gi grand ta ki ba ran so mata mani. So square to cube root to square root to there are various shortcut methods but as a problem chapter problem solve to ratio. So what is ratio and proportion? I have to try a unitary method, have the concept. So the maths key, every problem is built on the concept of unitary method. Unitary method, how the one. So if you know for 1, you can know for 100. So if you know the cost of 1 pen, let's say it's rupees 10, you can always know the cost of 100 pen. So this is 1,000 How do I find this out? I multiply this with 100, I get 1,000. Because he said this is nothing but 10 cost of 1 pen into how many times? 100 pen. So this gives me 1,000. Ratio proportion and single pen. So if you know the cost price of a single pen or the price of a single pen, you can know the cost of 100 pen, 1,000 pen, 50 pen, 25 pen. That's now. Ratio proportion let's say you are given the price of 5 pen. Basic understanding because it's foundation they have to give demonstration. So we'll take up a topic, we'll take up the time and work topic today, and I'll show you how to very quickly and very easily solve those time and work problems. Now, 5 pen let's say rupees 100 100 p na haram bakanda ay zik 10 pen gi putho na haira. Simple the rock. Now, even if I don't find out for the cost of 1 penny, but unnecessarily, I step check 1 penny, skip the way I can skip. I can very well skip if I become more fluent in solving. I see that I can 5 to 10 lakh, 2 na multiply to a contract. Please interact more. Let this be a two-way learning approach. Monotonous if I keep speaking by myself, the target here is not about me. The target is you. You are the psychic epicenter. You are the center of gravity of this class. You individual, that's the very purpose of this class. But the target is to make you absorb more to and make you in depth. Grasp I have learned something new. I have learned this thing. Oh, this can be solved using this method very easily. Understanding that is my target. That's not the concern here. The center of gravity of this class lies in the individual, each one of you. If you learn and go back, if you learn something new today and go back from the class, that's it. That's the target. Masigi goal. They go to the. So anyway, sig is the brain class how to study, everything. After the end of this course, you'll feel like a different person. Anyway, 5 say I'm 10 if I have to make this 5 as 10, I know that I have to multiply here with 2. So similarly, to determine the cost price of 10 pen, I have to same macro. Since I have to multiply here with 2, now I have to multiply here with 2. Same ratio do not throw. Ratio proportion don't throw. Simple na formula do that way to throw. Sige concept sigo chumro lang go. Kulong mamagi 5 pen 100 rupees haragadi 10 pen or taragadi magi number of pen double check from 100 pen price 100 rupees price double chalani and you say 200 kangro. See kangro gadi. This is the very foundation atay problem with the CE concepts da low in the kini hanida CE concepts da if you understood this, fine and good, you can solve all other problems. Maybe problem do occur complex or putting in the fraction suppose I know 15 pen gi aina sida haijalame sida nuaina ba 300 haijalage go si da aino da hangakpada 10 pen gi hangjalo or let's say kitang chokat alas ba 20 pen haijalege yai ba 20 pen haijala targadi directly see multiple di oina de adudi aina sida 1 gi puthokpiram yare natraga ai sida isam samna kai gi puthokpe ma sa final divide to ge ma sa final divide to ge ai 5 ki khangra dia to natraga isam samna ai to kraga ai sida 300 sida 15 na divide to ge ai 1 gi phangye na ya bro 1 pen gi puthokpe 300 divided by 15 15 da ai si 20 multiply to ge loire na. This is my answer, 330, 430, so this becomes rupees 1,200. क्या प्रोसेस को? ठीक है क्या इबा? ये तो इतनी सी कूदा रहा है. पूरा बात. इबा. हाँ इबा. तो सीखा ना लगे. यार ऐसी नहीं बात इन्हें है ऐसी. So foundation means, if you understand this, we are very much ready to move ahead. Anyway, briefly talking, like I said earlier, we'll be doing some few problems. Doing problems of the it's like demonstration of how this technique works and how easily you can solve the problems. The beauty of this ratio proportion or unitary method is magic. Problems, the more complex, the more difficult the problem becomes, the easier it will get to solve using this technique. Formula to solve the formula 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 but with this you can solve very easily. Now, anyway, talking about the course, quantitative aptitude course ratio proportion that percentage foundation again percentage briefly conceptual breakdowns, you have to try to think differently, approach, you have to try. Class mute. It's a humble request to everyone that if it's not regarding the class, class say amani sudangai maths have you mut le Wood chronological, unnecessary. Anyway, no issues there. So we can only go. Anyway, breakdowns, approach, I have to learn to think differently. You have to be very quick. Target 20 seconds. SBI POB Prakati 15 minutes time on the 25 questions solved. SSC ki dati magi sectorial sectional time limit banking ki the sectional time limit quants ki English ki but SSC CGL ki overall kung about 1 hour period I have to solve 100 questions solved 100 questions solved. There is no sectional time limit so if you are able to solve English ki general awareness ki problem so you get more time to solve reasoning and maths problem. The again my exam pattern the banking single SSC ga yam na khena is na here the prelim ki marks count this will be added on your final selection ranking this will be counted to determine the tier 2 means ki SSC we are talking about SSC here CGL prelims ki the mark for prelims will be counted even for determining the tier 2 cutoff. Tier 2 ki cutoff determine to magi mark form here magi cutoff say only prelims to land this won't be counted, only the main tier 2 main count interview but here everything from the very first stage itself the marks will be counted out of 200 25 questions so the more you can score here in prelims the better chance you have prelims, mains, prelims, mains have a tier 2 lani, SSC tier 3 have a jung lakini, tier 4 have a jung lakini. Various stages like tier 2. Tier 2 is in mark quite charge. This will be of 400 mark, this will be of 200 marks. I think series that you 100 mark. Some average average from the 65 essay, pre-writing essay, those are not majorly concerned. Therefore, that's just a computer skill test. Here, half 200 marks for English, 200 marks for quantitative aptitude. Prelims ki quantitative aptitude is comparatively quite easy. So you have to score as much as you can here. Mains ki the quantitative aptitude will be of a very different level, a very higher level where you need to have very good conceptual understanding. Pungani ki manungda you have to solve 100 questions, but those questions will be of a very high level. So sigumba lushala akanda koigi sai high ratio proportion technique natraga unitary method ki technique tuna yamna kanar eba matha sadabida exam hall ki nangi layuba mental condition to so depend to exam crack to to the baje thakat kharlo re question nam ko solve to uda nanga itha tha na unprepared to chang gi minute ani hum changjan gardi lo re na so ma kana you'll get stress, you'll start to panic, and then the whole examination gets flopped like that. Wow. So you need to maintain a calm condition. I'll show you meditation technique. The higher technique the exam, how you have to approach. So we'll talk about that, all those things. We'll talk about that. Anyway, cutoff clear to bana nangi ranking secure to bana teko. Tier 2 is the SSC ki oina specifically have the tier 2 cutoff say around CG 200 CG 400 So for general it will cross CG 400 and across to cutoff do the 2/3 If you are from a reservation category, I highly recommend you to write this SSC exam. I do not know, but the tier 2 is the cutoff key difference. Not to dishearten anyone or to encourage anyone, but I feel like the reservation category are not giving due importance to this exam. This is a very good exam to clear. Our post cutoff say somehow 75 mark difference like tier 2. So it's really surprising to me. Anyway, I encourage everyone to give this exam. Banking you don't have you. This is very good. But see is the cutoff difference. Anyway, 400 you have to secure to get a job. You have to 400 OBCD some 380 but otherwise range the so mains ki tier 2 cutoff say around 400 plus minus higher. General category obviously some 380 lakh SC, ST 325 over but anyway 400 is 2/3, 600 is 2/3 secure to so the more you can score in prelims the better because prelim marks will count for SSC C0 so 400 is the you have to try to score at least if you are. Is there any query? Anyway, so 400 ki 600 sige manungda you have to score at least some 30 to 48 40 marks and cutoff tagi score to bibang change to get a final job. So target should be around 450. Is the 600 ki manungda ina 450 from the mains is the English ka math ka katani na high in SSC ki English ki it's doable 200 manungda you can score around 190 it's not my area of concern but you should focus more on direct speech indirect speech passive active but anyway maths ki is try to score more than some 100 and 120 you are very much good to go. You'll get a job. Anyway, see now some discussion regarding the exam. So you have to score as much as possible, and you will be able to do well once you in a chapter sing you in a but just for friction to adapt to the new technique, to adapt to the new approach. But once you get used to it, it will become more and more efficient. So, there's something called 10,000 hour rule in life. See Bill Gates in a power river, Steve Jobs in a power river, all those great personalities, Beethoven, power river, man, rule them like Jacob. But see that in life, if you do something, if you spend more time, the better you get at that particular job or particular work. Brain is the hardware brain is in neuron cells in the hardware. So it becomes automatic. Sometimes you may feel that question in some type of some software Mina Ubangam the Vainayam to Hotpangam, something I'm not told thing. Some toy to a revised or some toy to a body on the two something Mina Ubangam the Tolopanica. So that is talent, have said, doing God. So you have to spend more time. Hard work, hard work is very important. I'll show you the way. 10 kapada mamai chumda wi adena mamai di ai chumdi ra geba kapal di noi kapsa da ne hani da ko 10,000 hour rules has a na guitar ko pada khang de band shot pa ne khang de shai shap pa ne khang de. If you are approaching 10,000 hours, you become genius level. Anyway, another thing, habit number 4 it requires some 14 days, minimum 21 days have your goal. So if you feel like maths is not a cup of tea for you, or reasoning is not a cup of tea for you, or if you feel anything like that, now the friction of internally barrier of like targadi. Force yourself to do that, to solve maths, to solve reasoning for 14 days non-stop. I have to solve maths problem, maths a particular topic which I don't feel so good about, so you solve that. Force yourself 14 days. Just check yourself, ask yourself, do I feel the same way as before? It will change. 14 days, the habit of my brain, the Napuda some Tambi, the hardware, Sigi hardware is very clear examples. You know, I know Chakchar, I am the Chaki Pukam, the Putoro, I could get a charger, own a charger, Kandedra Kanbazio, bro. Kandega. I saw those this is nothing. I hate properly Gambar, but the habit of a form program. So I have been so used to with eating with my right hand or my left hand, a spoon, a spoon, a fork, and a habit to them. They don't, a person doesn't even think about it, whether to use the right hand, the fork, the spoon, whatever. So you just do it subconsciously. So adugi level on the changakini, the more you try, the more hard work, the more effort you put in. So if you feel not so good about a particular topic, about a particular chapter, force yourself to do it for 14 days. You'll see a difference in your mental thinking. See, eat your fork. The first thing in the morning and highway. Why and there are various strategies like I'll be here for even civil service faculty and also any preparation if you wish if you have any queries you can always approach me. Now regarding this percentage approach there are some my chapter whoever will be taking. But approach, you have to know some certain some values. Simple see we got 15% half. Yes, this is fine. khamba loi khanga dagi hojiko and we'll build up so wari clear mini ko chapter sing 50% already half ne khangi ko 50% of something already half ne khangro respond to me so if I say 25% of something I know it's 1/4 of that something yeah, oh yeah, 50% of, let's say 1,000 haragati, ay sige tangkay ni kangro, 500. 25% of 1,000 haragati, ay 1/4 ni kangro, ay na 25 na mo multiply ito na like dragasu. 4 na divide to biyay na, so it's 250. Yeah, possible. Yeah, that's it. I hope everyone knows this. There's nothing to not know about this. So this anyway 33 1/3% haragati 1/3 na ba? Yay ba? Yay ba? So built already ba? Now 16 2/3% haragati I know it's 2/3. Oh, sorry, 1/6. 2/3. 1/6. Similarly, 12 half by 12.5 it's 1/8. Then something like 11 1/9%. I know this as 1/9. So ano yung 1/9 1/9 kita untong na 9 1/11% is equal to 1/11%. So these are some of the values you can remember, which will very much help in your calculation. Percentage ko bas minor fraction la ko na prakha ne am to ubon number sin ko si sin ta. Si will be good wrong so try the way ho la si sometimes it can be in the multiple of this. Si multiple or pi si ma si 2 na multiply to go na si ta 3 na multiply to so 3/6 kila so anyway, why I'm talking about this particular fraction की value सिंचियो सी मदद पिरो मजा आएगी खाना वाव लास्ट तो बड़ा वाव Just give me a minute, let me see. Screen talk to me, already. Speaker to rin na tuyo pram di ra mo.
Tuloy sir, mo yan handa ba ini? Kudo na tuloy ko yan.
Kenoto ang board mo siya. Profile pic ay yung used to it ba? Profile picture ka hey shift to view ay or connect ka may do mo. Please check the settings ka. Ano ba icon mo sa affecting view. Anyway, see. Continuing with the class, conceptual understanding. Prekhada in the 116%, 116 2/3% of, let's say, 832 na hangzala pagana. Simple example ni ba? 832 hang pagana hojik si multiply toro si divide toro layuga daban natti have me da concept yo. I know this as 100 plus 16 2/3% of 832 ne khamro. See, who do them na tigo? Pen and paper yari the less you use pen and paper to solve a problem, the faster you will be. Oh, sige speed sidi pra supercomputer dari hen na tuwo po ni na. Nang na sina mahera ngadi. Nata, may sima na lay dana. Brain gi sima na ula yaw rin tra brain gi 10% katane na ko sina ngami do. Anyway, right here. Say 116 2/3% of 832 has a simple example niko how your approach can change everything. Speed tagi nagi accuracy tagi 100% of something hard. I know that it's the number itself. 100% of a particular number means the number itself. So 832 plus open bracket of 100% of this, 62 by 3% of this. Hi, yeah, Rosibo. Yeah,
yes, yes.
Here we go. I say, Yarigi column the Sina Vida, Cooks the Hotpanga, steps here, skip to the 2 Lakiniba. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the 1 year, I say, why I didn't go. Yeah, it's doable, highly practical enough. Problem 20 seconds, solve the Pangamata, they mean under a question, whom they solve the drug. Minimum 2, they solve the. So if you can save some 5-6 seconds every question, putting the question, second mga to look save the woman they see overall nangi 1 hour da in a save the so I'll have more time to solve more problems, I can attack more problems, so my score will go me at the condo never come in 100 70 80 come you know. But sumana tuna every question short solve the brain and kanga nanga the kangja deneva. So save the way matam mayaduna. Aina get the question on solve the aina matam handana changi and on the added advantage nidana. Me atopam na question of mamkudingi if they are taking 1 minute time to solve a particular problem and you are taking 20 seconds or under 20 seconds, see the amount of time you are saving per question. There will be 100 questions, 25 questions, 100 questions, sometimes 200 questions. So you will be much faster compared to because geometric progression exponentially marks. Pass marks right the cut off the label don't they oh combine a booking or these are my limitation color of the lady. None of this not the more than mark could try him. Anyway, concept to attack every problem that attack the would be more. So 100% of 832 layer. See the particulars the I is the 1 by 6 and higher is the. Yeah, possible. Yeah, I got 6 divisible. Anyway, but still we'll continue. So this is nothing 1 by 6 the 6 divided with fraction normally. 1 later, 23 later, so 3 la 18, 52 la, right? 52 la, huh? 18 later, 23 la, 5 2, 52, 52 z, 8 la, point la ni, something kya la hai today. 8 la 40, 40 la 6 la 40, 6 something from la. So CN is at or lower. So you get around this. Now she does minor simple fraction, the proper fraction, the divide but you have to approach this way. How are you gonna? Simple steps into the to guide the because she in a 12 1 by 2 na hijala maladi. She 12 1 by 2 lani. 832 lani. Ha bagisi ay lay manoy. Atra. Ama sidadi asidi ay na divide to yar male. 12 1 by 2 harga ay 1 by 8 ne khangen sida ay na divide to biro. Kya tara to that? 1 layer 0 layer 4 layer 6 3 9 3 6. Asyam thun tai sidi. Brain ki mai used to oi se minus to buga plus to buga multiply to buga se plus to buga sina kwai dei 3 ko. Chum hai ko. Just change yourself. Minus to buga sina mo add to buga gi kitang matam yam chang me he. So anyway, so some of the tips what will be coming in the future classes, course ki general proper my class mathan to the kari combine approach to whether we have be worrying about. Anyway, percentage. Anyway, magi topic like this thing say happen maming pan na Okay, discuss the whole thing. Let me come to the time and work. Percentage later, the time and work have a time and work is a variation variation lay. We'll be trying to solve each of those different types. Audio interference like one query later it's a humble request. If you don't have any query, please unmute yourself when there is a query. A humble request. Anyway, time and work as I high record. Exactly magi unitary method or ratio proportion method that every problem hit to there will be some very typical question amani type amani katang where some x we'll talk about that, but every 95% 99% of the problem in time and work will be solved using the unitary method. Briefly, this is the topic we are going to demonstrate today, how to solve very easily. But anyway, time and work is the problems in the work say the one in a lower no suppose A have means 30 days the particular work on the question no may have in a no in a one. Mute to okay or over here hide or unmute. Let's unmute yourself when you have a query interference on the or over. Anyway, so no matter we are say 1 by 30 of the work per day. See saying a fraction of the whole it takes time, it makes you more confused. We'll change that, we'll try to do it in integer format. Denominator so we'll demonstrate for time and work today. Anyway, the pipe and cistern topic pipe and cistern. Pipe and cistern is discussed with ishing tank ishing pipe A have B capacity speed inflow maybe you may have another pipe C which is letting out the water, leaking water. So, kamaina cam tuna. So, it's all about saying matam we were in the cam tuna, changi, cam top, changi, lemowi, cam on hagugi. So, that pyramid system that we're doing now. And C is the so proportionally method yam line of I have your target 20 seconds. Because 20 seconds, I say the more adept you become, using the technique, ratio technique to the unitary method technique to go 10-15 seconds to lower the problem. Right? Then we have simple interest and compound interest. You show them ratio the hit or compound interest as we solve more and more, you'll realize that compound interest is more easier. Compound interest problem is more easier to solve than simple interest. Because you know in a high simple interest the concept formula single formula PRT by 100.
Hello?
Yeah.
Camera do whiteboard the opposite the layer. So if you turn mistakes this side, it will be better.
Me.
No.
Me. You want to see my face?
Yes, means can take or at least can you turn that side.
So I cannot write like this card, but I'll try my best to turn this way. I thought you were all focusing on the whiteboard, so I'm impressed that there are some people who are. Anyway, so simple interest, compound and compound interest. Simple and compound interest. Simple interest ka compound interest kasi nga sa high dose. So simple interest is since the concept is simple, the formula, one single formula is there. So they'll try to twist the question and make the problem a bit more complex. compound interest the curve moina complex way have gi curve question se comparatively kitang laitho la kani the toughest of the question will come when you combine these two simple interest ka compound interest ka sahi ani gi sahi ahum gi difference hai the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest for let's say 3 years is this or 2 years is this. Find the principal and haijala kanda ngauraga mathasa dese. And it's very simple. Very simple line haijane line what kadani go. I mean I can't express more right magi particular chapter la kanda tawra kanda yingbiu wa. Just a simple chart ama sumaina ani sahi ani gina sahi mari gina sumaina mari yegla kini sidan lore. Simple interest ka compound interest la pakanda sila lore sahi only. Well, I tawag ini sina kano ni simple interest ni haraga. I mean particular chapter la kanda high it's very interesting. You'll see, I mean, the way you have been thinking so far, the way your approach has been and the way your approach is going to change after this course, it's going to be there's going to be a huge difference in high school. I target saying C class at the end of the class, if I can make you feel that you have learned something new, you have learned a new approach, a better approach to solve the problem faster and quicker, then I am satisfied. The focus is not on me but on you. Actual physical classroom but virtual medium camera on so with great power comes great responsibility no the power stay here with the class, stay with me, focus here on the board, on me, on what I'm saying. Please you'll understand this quantitative aptitude much better. Line of what I have to. Simple interest, compound interest, that's my topic. I'll show you how to do this. Line rate of interest to counter loading. You can build the whole structure. Rate of interest to come I can build anything. Question to the let them ask anything. You can just easily 10-20 seconds 20 seconds then question used to that's the target. What are the profit and loss? Profit and loss. This unitary method ratio proportion. Simple cost price selling price mark price 80% profit mark price let's say 115 some discount is given, 30 rupees discount is given, profit still 20 percentage of piratani. So I mean I have to know the ratio of these three. See the ratios head come you again question. Let there be any type of questions you can very easily solve. Line profit and loss. See the ratios come normal method formula again fathers like I said at the beginning of the class, we won't focus on formula. We focus just stay with me, stay with the class. I'll show you a way, one single way to conquer them all. That's what I have been talking since the beginning of the class. So one single way, one single approach, one single technique to conquer all these chapters. You'll be surprised. Anyway, profit and loss please time, speed and distance, again same. What I got? Time, speed and distance. Variation curve you can still use the ratio method, unitary method. This is the train, boats and stream. Again, a little bit of variation. Train amai sing center ni magi uniform water gi magi steady stream gi magi stream gi speed am picture ni boat am gi speed picture ni then adu dagi build up to question ko same masa gi ratio do dum hot na kani ko sai gi high now technique am kham na loi compare to kani have ko then average chapter la partnership la ratio gi concept ma ta ni LCM ICF say I'll be mentioning this quite a lot, so you have to understand this and this. LCM has a lowest common multiple, have any got? Lowest common multiple. Multiple hargadi, 2 multiple kay no hargadi 4, 6, 8 sumaichalin na. So multiple hargadi a number which is divisible by a lower number, equal same number towards it. Mana divide away or divide away our number having it. So 2, 3 gagi LCM kya no higher 6 ne come here na if you know this, I'm very much satisfied. We can move ahead. 2 3 gagi LCM 6 ne have the 6 you can divide it by 2, 6 you can divide it by 3. Have a concept without leaving any remainder. LCM come in the block. I see. We don't need to know. Okay, go. Okay, so like that. And a 10 or 15 gagi LCM kay no higher than 13 in come away. If you know this, well and good, so that H of the break. My particular chapter, my variation question, but the requirement for me to teach, the basic requirement for me to teach is you have to know that LCM do C or VI not to more divide to VI. Anyway, ages ki problem, father ki son ki chahi manga di mama matung ki mama ratio do mo to yai ka mixture and allegation la ko kan do cha katang ye la kani do adugi do mixture and allegation. Cha lang kang ila kani chieng ama lupa sam da lei chieng kg manga lupa sam da lei chieng masing khara khang da ba no kan ti khara lei le lupa kya da sam kun da moi ki average 108 ni adu di kamai ko focus le ha. So this is the average price of the whole thing. A person bought 5 kg of rice at ₹100. Then he bought some few more kgs of rice at ₹120. The average of the two, the whole thing being 108. What is this quantity? Sigi difference, sigi difference. My chapter. So we'll talk about this when the particular chapter comes. Mixture allegation like that. Then advanced part, course, advanced part, algebra like that, search and indices question. Algebra the question karlani, geometry the question lakani ka. Particular chapter to laka we'll talk about it. Even question to the pyramid, 4-sided, 3-sided. So magi swai height 1/3 height the plane. Memory book sometimes volume so we'll talk about it when the chapter comes. Then trigonometry. Trigonometry, there are some basic formulas you have to remember, some basic concepts. We'll deal with it. SSC the hum was away. I don't do any hum, but SSC the trigonometry. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but some trigonometry questions will be there. Mensuration is the side geometry, right? Geometry concept hum is not circle any diagram angles attempt to let's say 30 degree sigi length to there was minus triangle triangle extend to bisector minus sigi circle minus minus circle radius geometry volume concept mensuration pyramid ama laire pyramid to gi 1/3 magi height to the plane amna kakhalle doitari memory volume the kya na hang. So those are mensuration ki permutation combination probabilities you have to study together. So let's say 5 balls are there. You have to select 2 balls. So what are the ways in which you can select 2 balls? Have we concept permutation combination probability haragana series 5 balls in the 3 balls a red ne have 2 balls in a green ne have 2 balls select what is the probability that there will be at least 1 green or 1 red. Those are the things we'll talk about that conceptual understanding. You have to know 2 things permutation combination permutation repeat to high give 5 balls to 5 balls to 2 balls select I have to select 2 balls. So if I can put back the ball again after selecting 2, if I can put back the ball again and make another selection, that is permutation. If the same ball cannot be used again, that's combination. Repetition permutation combination. Probability combination. Then you have data interpretation. This can come in various forms: bar graph, period pi, cross minus chart, or minus chart, period pi, or you may be given bar chart, period pi, or you may be given pie chart, period pi. So whichever format, we'll try to hit. Now, coming to the topic of today, the demonstration that I'm going to do today. Let's build up from scratch really. It's about faith. Saying like that, faith can move mountains and high that. Faith can move mountains and high. So if you believe that this technique is easy and simple, it will be easy, and I promise you it is easy. Now, let's talk about the traditional way of we are going to do time and work. Time and work. What we have been doing so far is, let's say A can do a particular work in 30 days. So, or let's take a lesser number, confused. Let's say 10 days. So it means that, so this is one work. A, so it's a one work, so this is the total works, one lower per day, the 1/10 of the work. These are the fundamental change for the basic change techniques. So this means that 1/10 of the work can be done by A per day. There's there's no confusion here. This is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is where we are changing the things, where we are, like I said, we won't be using this fraction type of approaching the problem. We are going to eliminate the fraction as much as possible. So if I assume that this total work is, let's say, 10, then the number of days remains the same, my 10 days. So assumption, a simple assumption that the total work is 10 units of work, let's say, and the total number of days taken by A to complete the work is 10 days. So per day work se kya target de 10 days ne mana 10 work se loina hona da audi magi per day work se 1 darba 1 work natraga 1 unit hai ko 1 unit of work per day darba se this is the fundamental change. Can do this, can do this. No confusion here. We are just changing the approach. We are changing what the total work. Aina divide to we are on Tokyo katani. Sigi simple change na pura kadaba masagi nangi save to kadaba matam save to kadaba. It's unimaginable. Wow, totally masagi different. Nama mo the whole ani ba angkazi. Now let's try to hit a particular problem. I have a question that usually sige method sida hola akanda hen light thorak ka deni ba more complex mean unga prekha manung da ina masai question je hot to ni na changjel roga formula to si you are trying to solve the problem, you get confused here, you are wound up, messed up, and then the thing is, you might get a wrong answer. You have spent more time there because of the confusion. You are spending more time and you are not able to score mark in that. Instead, negative it's a double blunder in a problem. So instead of that, if I can make the problem simple, derivation dot that it will do wonders. Now the confidence question number a simple so see is that A can complete a work in 10 days B can complete the same work in 15 days. Is this fine? I question that A can complete a particular work in 10 days. 10 days. B can complete the same work in 15 days. Is this fine? Question kya tayo ba? Question to this simple thing in a build up to more and more complex problem. Hit to kini. Stay confident. A can do a particular work in 10 days. B can complete the same work in 15 days. Now, you have to learn to make a chart like this. A gina 10 days, B gina 15 days. Anisiki LCM have the LCM there's any number which is divisible by this two, both of them, any number 150 direct multiply to but proportion to chocolate so I basic others I 30 60 90 120 anything is fine, but LCM is the lowest number, so I am taking the LCM. What is this? The number of days taken by the individual person to complete the work. I am going to take this middle total work, so 30 units and I lower is this fine? Is there any confusion here? If anyone is not getting up till now, whatever we have done up till now, please raise your query. I don't mark the confusion. You are most welcome to ask anywhere because I have the way and I have more enthusiasm to come back again the next day and bring you more good stuff. Anyway, 13 and a thumb using total work says so 30 units 13 and divide this 30 with 10. What do I get here? 3. Divide this 30 with 15, I get 2. So 3 units, this is the capacity, efficiency higher, capacity higher, whatever, but per day the work. So 3 units of work per day can be done by A. 30 units, 10 days. relation se khawpa. A can do 3 units of work per day. So in 10 days, A can do 30 work. So 30 work being the total work. Total work in 13 in a high game. Do target A na no 3 units of work to 10 days to 30 to B na thabak to 30 works assume to 30 works 15 days to hardy no mana to 2 units. So B can do 2 units of work per day. 2 into 15, 30 tarwa. So 2 units of work per day, working for 15 days. B can complete 30 units of work in 15 days. Kaya ko sige relation dyan. This is very important. Kasi look there, sige relation dyan. C kamay pangi, C ka multiply to ka pangi, C kamay pangi, C sida sina divide to ka pangi, C piram maga, C kamay puto ka lagi har gadi. You can divide this with 3, you get this relation dyan kang mana to. Then the 3 ka multiply to ka C pangi, you get this. If you want to get this, you have to divide this with this. If you want to get this, you have to divide this with this. 2 divides 30, you get 15. If you want to get this, you have to divide this with this. If you know this, game over. Get the luna now. Step on question the E na 10 days to thawak to loy ba B na 15 days to thawak to loy ba question the hangam do simple question ni ko E ga B ga punjalaga how many days numit kya ni changge na hang ne ba simple question lagi ho ni ko E ga B ga punjalaga thawak se ho dai shu tar ga di numit kya ni changaga loy ge na ha simple. Add this to no mother moibani kullaga thabak yam do mami 5 minutes of work per day. Yeah, where she go? A and B working together can do 5 units of work per day. Sida A plus B again. Ado itadi magi sudum total work se 13 and I assume to na linger like this will not change for the whole problem. So divide if you want. So the question asks me to find out the number of days. So how to get this? Divide 30 with 5. Capacity of A and B working together. This is the capacity efficiency. Work per day. Work completed per day by A and B working together. So divide this 30 with 5. Divide this 30 with 5. What do you get? Answer, Harold. 6. Go ahead, the rest are all some variation from this problem. This is the A, B, C. Thabuk to kanda A na no masuraga matam B na to we happy. Alternately A, B, C na to we happy. Natraga A, B na no matoraga A, C na no mamu to we na happy. A, B, C na ohum. Combining mo ohum numitarani to maka makata abo B na mo toraga last 2 day B, C na mo to we happy. So those are variations. This is the basic asagi chart we have to make. Problem kuding is the C or the C chart the rest remains the same. If you understood this, you can hit the time and problem very easily. I do. See problem my line of 5 seconds to hold of them. See the casualing I can collect it. Pregamanunda I chart a pie cover the Pregamanunda C question in I see one in the form. Precala see right now, Precala told you, A big of Hamakatani, I see hope either. I had a pen and pepper sinner during to the pin of Panina. So she starts making like oh, the A big of the pipeline, Hamasit over 80 when what I Precala. What are I have? I go see that. Pen peppers the friction in the Wakanda in a word, Makandago couldn't even as the Sigi Prakaze, Kanmakanda, mark and a score, in terms of seconds, the Nicole, Lebnar Kadushe. So the more seconds you can save, the higher chance you have. Level of the Nicole course, I level of the I want to reach here, maybe from here, Kahama side, I wish I didn't know that position. Taking Amaka. Interference fine with everyone? Is this fine? So, more complex is the full confidence. You are going to go inside the exam with full confidence. C, mana prekha, let's say mana 6 nena, 6 nena piramaba. Aduga A gi Pakito will be already. Anyway, we'll come on. Class come right later, don't worry, I'm going to you. Yeah. Who's speaking? Because I'm also. Okay, fine. Class, don't worry, anyway, yo, Prakanda A ga B ga G Piramaga su yari hamina. Lucky 6 days change, B sina 6 days, 15 days change. I should have given hot power and it's yek pasina I get the car main target to go. B na 15 days ta work amalotion mga same work ta A ga B ga punja laga 6 days solution mga main higher zero question dina demand to about what the question asks is, let's say to find out the number of days A will take to complete the particular work. Let's say you are given with the number of days both A and B working together requires to complete the particular work, and you are also given with the number of days B takes to complete the particular work, and you are asked to find out, let's say, the number of days A will take to complete the particular work, same work. Some process to I see the 30 15 6 divide a number which is divisible by both these two numbers. 30 same method 15 divide over 2 6 divide over 5 but this is A plus B, this is A, this is B. So to get A, to get the capacity of A from A plus B, you have to subtract B. So 205 divide over 3 3 divide over 10 let the question be anything. Let them ask in any type of way. You can, and it's very easy to solve. Sometimes exam the C number of days number of days A is 3 times more efficient than B. A is 3 times more efficient than B. 1 B is 1 E is 3 my capacity to go C ratio to my question requirement say, A ga B ga G magi efficiencies there. Let's say A is 3 times more efficient than B. So on the right side, efficiency capacity 3:1. And let's say let them give that Sigi Anise Moibani Punzalaga, in a precautionary question, Moibani Punzalaga 6 days solution, or let it be 10, 6, whatever number. Then find out the number of days taken by B alone to complete the work, or the number of days taken by A alone to complete the work. I should have get a 4 tare. So A and B can complete 4 units of work per day. 6 of 4 multiply to 0. C multiply to 24 tare. So to find out the number of days taken by A, I have to divide 24 by this 3. So what do I get? So divide 24 by 1, I get the number of days for B. So there is no issues. The more complex the problem becomes, the more easier I can solve it. ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯍꯪꯗꯕꯁꯨ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯝꯃꯒꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯍꯥꯞꯆꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯂꯨꯗꯦꯀꯣ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯂꯨꯗꯦ ꯇꯥꯏꯝ ꯑꯦꯟ ꯋꯥꯔꯛꯇ ꯃꯇꯝ 20 ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟꯁ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯆꯪꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯁꯨꯡꯂꯩ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯗꯣ ꯀꯝꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯛꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯖꯁꯅꯨ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯀꯣꯔꯁ ꯗꯦꯌꯔ ꯑꯥꯔ ꯁꯝ ꯇꯤꯄꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯍꯪꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟ ꯃꯑꯣꯡ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯨꯗ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯇ꯭ꯋꯤꯁ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯅꯤ ꯗ ꯔꯦꯁ ꯑꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯜ ꯗ ꯁꯦꯝ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯆꯇꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯇ꯭ꯋꯤꯁ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯞꯇ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯞ ꯈꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯞ ꯈꯔꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯗꯣꯛꯅ ꯍꯪꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯕ ꯂꯤꯃꯤꯇꯦꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯚꯦꯔꯤꯌꯦꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯇꯥꯏꯞ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛꯇꯨꯒꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯂꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯝꯋꯥꯔꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯥꯔꯠꯁꯦ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯦꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯅꯤ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯈꯪꯉ ꯆꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯋꯦꯌꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔ ꯆꯪꯈꯤ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ 20 ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟꯁ 30 ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟꯁꯇ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯥꯏ ꯍꯣꯠꯂꯨꯔꯦ When build the way I got profit and loss tagi compound interest, simple interest tagi sumaina in a chart kitan kena I got. But everything sumaina loy no put kada mata. Sumaina what tagi matam yang mai ko. Prekha prek to buzu one thokani. Usual method to masagi same question sida in A can take 10 days है A की capacity work B की say 15 $, C. One thing, fraction error puganda the brain becomes slower, time consuming or we hele aduna kana de si polo le matam yang mang ni ko aduna si to we da ngai hot kar kare ke do ngai pega khal lai ni nada. Anyway, question number 2 the hai say A na particular work ama 10 days the question ngam B na same work to 15 days the question ngam C na particular work to 30 days the question ngam the question asks A B C moi ahum punjalaga numit kya ni changalage have number of days amai da ba chart ye pirani Sidi noi question ini no utpani ba aina prega ba si songi yari ge ibi da kolom sina bi da prega ko no hoto nga me hopi ba thugala ni de di number ami da second amani mang de ni number ami da second amani mang de ni asi yari ge kolom sina da na pro what the way out of either way out of the ibi ro se haro da siam kya ta ni 30 60 ta ma ju be sum kai de ko number do som da ratio do chakla pada ni ratio do da common factor to that product chaptan ta ni ratio no 1 by 10 1 by 15 1 by 30 lor ga su ratio pu thor pada chap chana dum ta ni ba ya ko to di fraction do low do na pai da ha ro se kya ta ni ham bai this is the 3 sidi Wow. Okay, now total क्या था है? C क्या था आगे? हाँ? 6 क्या था आगे अभी? वो वाले किधर हो गए? प्रखादने C की मखा की लाइन वो E रो ही है अपनी दा नहीं ना है जन नहीं ना वीडियो गेम साथ में यार वाले हैं Prekhala hey, she can't die go, ma'am can't die go, she said. Is there anyone who didn't get this? Is there anyone who didn't get this? I just one of our I know Kanzal Leko. Ganta the boy Yobi de Okay. This is good classroom door, I don't know how you're doing. Get Namsal about Namsuda hair, but that's a credit of pop. We don't because they made my sing. Say, Precadene, I am last time go either Sierra C, same where see charge, same where they loaded. A hanging bomb or coke the way hot other. Oziki Magi ABC Napula Punjala. The mechanics I have the IC 3 to 1, but things are boy the Mokonagi go. Either we are 6 type, 6 in the city divide over the 5 type. I don't think what create a hammer. See, charge it up over the point to a house. Precaution masagi A ga B ga na masagi thabok se kyam thuno lotion ba yage C out of the A B ga thabok shumi na ga de kyam lotion ba yage ham no so light bro then I can just add 3 and 2 3 ga 2 ga add to the 5 tare 30 is the final divisor I get what 6. So if A and B were working together and then they can complete the work in 6 days and tare na cook ta mai hot ki doram nyaw B ga C ga katang thabok to mina go ga di 2 ga 1 ga tinjalani add the 2 and 1 capacities of B and C. I get 3 divide 30 with 3 I get 10 days. So B and C can complete the work in 10 days. Lower it na whatever question hamning bang jasano moina thabok tang kaya na 10 days A ga B ga na from me har ga di ai A ga B ga na 10 days na kam from ge lem hori bdo. Let's say for variant to yung hori go si try to we go. Creation. A ga B ga na 10 days thabok from me har jeba. Remaining of the work is completed by C in har jeba. So what is the total number of days required na C do na remaining work to? You mechanical solution ba ya na hai jeba hang jeba question da. So if the question has given that A and B a condition am hapsan in ko mai na question luhan ba ni sigum ba khar hapsan la ko tani sigi charge ni lengna and you can very easily start it. Any question we ask, you can very easily find out. Let's say the question added that A and B were working together for 10 days. 10 days because they were working for 10 days and left the work. One of them left the work. The remaining of the work is completed by, let's say, C in high level. Adu tadi kaino ina to dise 10 days ta moi bani punjal laga thaba kyam sura mani. Moi bani ki capacity 3 plus 2 5. 10 days, yeah, I don't want to 6 days, the month looking. Let's say 2 days has long. Okay. A and B is 2 days, some of them may have 10 days, I already know. 2 days, let's say A and B were working together for 2 days. Now, in 2 days, A and B would have completed how much work? 2 into 1 combined, 5 never. So they have completed 10 minutes of work in 2 days. So lemhoriba, the remaining work is this work completed by A and B subtracted from the total work. So I get 20. So remaining work is 20. C has to complete this 20 units of work. In how many days? One. I get 20 days. So total the numerical is 2 days. 2 days of my rest, see na 20 am so 22 days. Pull up the camp sang 22 days. C kapna remaining work to camp to relation no me have 20 days. Very no C ni kaino. Sida yan camp na hangino. Alternative ka hangino. A B A na muto B na muto C na muto no magi. Variant to this chart remains the same. You have to solve using this. Today I put time. I like a column. Ship to give the C 2 days. They come with 5 to 10. Subtract of 20. C will be the 3 hours. 20 is the 1 divided over 20. No, I didn't ask the picture. No, run as you are. Repeat the okay. Kita cuma berapa? Siapa di antara itu? If the question says that A and B were working together for 2 days, and they left, both of them left. Is this fine? A and B started working together initially and both of them left. The remaining work was completed by C in how many days? So the question is this. A and B worked together for 2 days and both of them left the work. So the remaining work is completed by C in how many days? Yeah, you got. So I have to find out how much work has been completed by A and B in the 2 days. 2 days is A ga B ga na thabak kyam lotion ge hang mane ba. A ga B ga na thabak no mada to ma me 3 plus 2 that is 5 minutes of work per day ne ba. Like what she said. C C of the vida A ga B gana 5 units of work per day neva. Adu di A ga B gana numit 2 days da thaba kya mission bangam ge harati. I have to multiply this 2 days with 5. I get 10. So 10 units of work here equal units. 10 units of work solution bangam meva 2 days da. So what is the remaining work? The total work is 30. A and B in 2 days has completed 10 units of work. So the remaining work is I have to subtract 10, that is the work completed by A and B in 2 days. From this total work I get 20. So 20 is the remaining work that has to be completed by C. 20 is the remaining work that has to be completed by C. So C ki remaining complete to the C ki capacity ki kya no? 1. So C can complete 1 unit of work per day. So I divide this 20 with 1. I get 20 days. So if the question asks how many days C takes to complete the work, to complete the remaining work, I write my answer is 20 days. If the question has asked how many days it takes for the whole work to be completed, I have to add C initially magi 2 days. I am given pyramid question da. I have to add this 2 days with this 22 days. So total days ki kya tani hai 2 plus 20. Wow, 22 tai hai na. C khatana thabak to bahar gadi remaining work to 20 days tai haba. Total work C na hanga gadi 22 days time. Is there still a confusion, or is there anyone who still didn't get this? What are you? There you go. Concept kitang kay lugen eh. Kaya mo nga like this job kay lugen eh. Natra. Cake control na biscuit, anything pa. Hinaw control Ega vegana no mada punjalaga hinaw mga sawa ngame. Moy na lumindini cha thuame. Dai tadi hinaw mango 20 ka lem hawdo. CD no mada hinaw amamam den cha di ba. Dudi si ma to na 20 days sa mani na hinaw ko sa da. Unitary method ni ko question na te ratio proportion unitary method ai se. Unitary is unitary method maths ki horapam 1 day khang lagani aina makki khange. So 1 day ki aina work to fraction na tabida integer da khang na ba. See aduni da, that's what I'm doing here. 1 day unitary method 1 day if I can find out the work, it's very easy. You can find out anything. Question na hanu bang. Very good. Let me drop this. We'll continue with the next question. Simple question duda dum pusalaga makha taba single lakada variant dusu dum takho meaning goina, so that magi proper question do lakanda with the line of position ta correct mathangi my proper question do lakanda mutani. So repeat anir ohna pita wani na. So you'll get more familiar, you'll get more used to this technique. Ngasi lagi sumaino hula da ni ko time and work, time and cistern ki, CI ki, compound interest ki, ko. Then profit and loss ki sumaino loy hot pa tam madam ni ko. Ya possible. Sumaino hula draw. Sumaino loy hula da ni ko atai formula te ni loy kau thok pi gro darkar leite. Pekha khan ge di loy kau thok pi gro atai formula te ni. Mathau ta de ba. They are all time consuming. Sidai hena thu but in like formula kind of P was sometimes some no formula P was here, but the problem with formulas is question set or upon mami gai dinat. So they try to change the question in such a way that formula yang kahena Singer Parla made a hit to examiner is it's a challenge for them. Sumina in a unitary the Hola, they want a timing among the thesis on 20 seconds flat. Question number 3. Okay, question number 3. phone ngam ni aje thaja go khara la bo kamai to ge
Sa pinamday
hai hai
si ni question do PDF file
PDF the thang la kani ngasi kya mo abi no no say today is just a demonstration class, so I didn't want to burden you with the number of questions. Hojiki time and work ida ina solve to ge khali se around 25 ne ba. I didn't want to burden you. Ham ba child psychology hai ga student psychology hai bam lai ko. Thagala kani kya mo waru no. But just stay with the class. Masig and stay with the class. From the next class onward, you will be given the PDF first beforehand. Yeah, go. Yeah, go. Masig di ay hay thagat taw na phay. NCERT class 10 mobile action su padro. Ngang ki gini na to ini ko child psychology hai se. Class 11 la padai di dung no na thadar to go. You are mature enough. Then the first day of the class, bombard to worega. Kaino pakat kini happy. Hosiki no the confidence to lay redana. Like tribo. Confidence like tribo zibo. Khara lay. Later kini question solve to get later kini. Hey isn't variant to sidena la. Once you are thoroughly used to with all the variants and you are practicing more and more, you will become much more confident. What has 20 seconds and I'm near the Tazam Gong, I'm near 20 seconds. The question I was solved the woman, but guys, it's not a joke. You are among one of the top rankers. Just imagine. Try. Let's keep hugging them. Just relax the way na pagi yung gato kenogay. Mamana ba ani ko tomay ang gato so they were quarreling. So this particular tomba sina claim to siya, I am very fast in maths and sakuntala kita ay thui and have maths for ko tomba sina ni ko. So they could do so na very long a number ani pi again 2 5 6 7 8 into 6 8 3 2 9 multiply to ro sine yi nga na kyam thu ge la to mai je kyam khan ni de ko 1 3 4 6 9 8 2 eta hai ja le ata nei khoi dong so le na so le very na phone de pu tho ga pot pa answer de to bom ta le me ne answer de ta de ba si se atra di nang yam thui hai dai kai đâu này han si la le ai na hai ja gi di ai thui hai ge ne ai chum no hot pa hai gi di na hai wa ai na claim to di ai am ka da thui hai ma ni ai chum no hot pa hai accuracy lai hai na ti hai wa. Anyway, jokes apart. Anyway, break ang way na break means ay break low behind to yo. Around 25 square, 5 ending number the bigger pa. Don't mark inside the cube root 5 seconds the low top ay ba. Rekada cube root ha bukan the perfect cube kay compulsorily pirak to like if in the exam if they ask you to if they require you to find out the cube root of a particular number, most likely 99% of the time they'll give you a perfect cube. So I'll show you how to find out in my class. Around 25 square root of 5 ending number in continuation with that, see 99 square root, 98 square root, 97 square root, or even let's say 101 square. See what you come 102 square in and around even size 75, 71, 72 go ay ko. Sige say na sai bi am nai na pu thok pi ai ko. Ha li khang ba yaw ko khang da ba yaw ko. Sige answer is 0198. Sige answer is 048 easy. Chipana te ko si se. Is everyone still following the class?
Yes, sir.
See, this is not memory, but just a simple thing. 100 key around the label number is square set. How do you do it? 50 is like I'll talk about 50 in and around. So 1 day 100 pogi or 125, 130 pogi square set. Now yeah, 130 pogi square. But there's a requirement. What you have to do is, this is around 100. So what you do is, you have this number 100 here. What is the difference? You got like $1. We are talking about 99. What is it? Distraction. Where is it?
Position.
So, relax for going. We'll continue with the topic. This is near 100. So, the difference with is 1. So the first 2 digit, unit digit ka 10 digit ka. I'm muting everyone. When you have a query, please unmute yourself. Query layer ka na unmute to do. Question kaide. But sound quality. So 100 ki managale the difference is 99 to 100 ka difference 1. So square this 1 and you have to put here. So magi this is an issue that I put as 0 1. From this 99 itself, subtract the difference 1 98 tara. So I put here the second 2 digit will be 98. Is this fine? Similarly, for 98 square, what is the difference with 100? Try to get used to it. Try to do it some 5 times, 6 times, you'll get used to it. The difference with 100 is 2. So 2 squared is 4. I put here 0, 4. 96 minus the 98 minus the difference 2. I get 96. So I put here 96. Similarly, 97 squared. The difference with 100 is 3. The difference with 100 is 3. 97, 100 minus 97 is 3. So 3 squared is 9. So I put here 0, 9. 3 minus 97 is 94. So I put here 94. So similarly, 92 squared again. There you go. The difference with 100 is 8. 8 are 64. So I put here 64. 8 subtracted from 92 is, it gives me 84. So the square of 92 is 8464. If there had been a carry, you would have added to the next 2 numbers. Fine. Take a Tanga. Number of 93 square. 100 ka 93 ka difference 7. First 2 digit will be the square of this, so 49. First 2 digit will be the square of the difference. So the first 2 digit will be the square of this 49. So 93 massage dagi 93 is the difference 7 subtract over I get 86. So I put here 86. So this is the square of 93. There you go. Now, if the number had been more than 100, 102 square, anyway, 100 ki mathakta leiba same mana makhada 100 difference over 2. First 2 digit is 04 because square of 2 is 4. Now for the next 2 digits, 102 is 100 ay helam na sila heling idana ba. Adana is the 2 metro so kya tayo 104. 108 square lakpa kanda ne first two digit 864 886116 100 ka subtract of the 8 tarina 8 square is here, so 108, this is nothing but 108 plus the difference 8. If this had come into a example of the we got 980 lows. Assigning to the 89 square difference 11 100 ka. So 11 square is 121, but I take only the first two digits carry malapra. Carry now subtract 11 from this, I get what? 78 tabra. 78 to the 1 hapani 79. If there had been a carry, you would have added to the next two numbers. Carry la ko in subtraction. Gyantai tade. Kana gyanta no. Is there anyone? Carry is okay. 15 mayagi su yai so may la kini square root second mali mali da cube root second mali da going to kaya ni ko ang live than it's better na mo khang mo loy ang tuna sidi minor natin ni handy way na pra tak tak lay gida because yung medyo 88 square to be ko difference kya tare hai difference is 12 100 kai do 12 tari 12 square is for 144 ni na I take only the first two carry la kre 88 minus 12 amo kai do kya tare 6 76 76 plus 1 77 this is nothing but carry do sige 76 hi ganta 88 sida magi difference amo subtract to yoga 6 7 tari na 76 sida masagi carry do happy is 77. To put this 77 here, this is nothing but difference to be squared. Give first two digit to never. Yeah, possible. Okay. There you go. Square root, cube root. Maybe next class that more again. Gradually, marmar break thalo in as one among any chicken and track. Don't know patro. The mind goes topic about the discuss story like that. The second must be major can occasionally give up. Some tips upon mother. Then a whole aside the time and go tag by the ending some of doing up square do what you live up. You know the napang the unique way the down with bread. Anyway, question number sorry, how? $50 have a 50 is a town anyway, so if the number there has been a request, so we'll talk about this. 50 and in and around la see the difference is we'll take above and below 49 lower. And we'll do for 51. From side. 50 की variant was 25 number is senior. 49 square puthok da bane ba si matai sa thok man gra. Ai ya da man. 50 का difference क्या ले 1 ले ba 50 बना so very 50 lo ini ba 1 le ba
Yeah, you should.
There you go. So square to udah 0 1 da ni digit ani sudaba yadabagi but sigi difference se masai di 100 number masamaktai minus tawdra number masamaktai minus tawdra here the only difference is subtract from 25 kya ta isi 24 tawdra
Right.
the answer is 241 2401. Similarly 50 they here I have to find out 51 square so the difference is 1. So the first two is 0, 1. Sige difference get right 25 then add to 26 tawla 2601. Is this fine? The only difference is instead of that number itself you have to use 25 if it is in and around 50. Right, so normal number system 1 to 31 bogi square ga phalo ngam guitar ga dinang ngam laina 1 then 100 130 bogi square ga line phalo ngam ta khangam tips pekha direct class of nai can apply can hire pekha changa to magic card lay anyway one fine day question number side 2 ni ba music 3 la ko na anyway question just find it here a ga b ga please follow I P the PDF next class PDF P ga kya or no ba the complex ho gi na burden to no a ga b ga na thabak to ga the 20 days sorry A and B respectively or not A na 20 days chane thabak to boda thabak among solution boda same thabak to B ya to boda 30 days chane A ga B ga C ga if they work together they can complete the work in 8 days as I hide I hide the assignment tapo ko ira Hozik question na hum ise okay question demands how many the number of days required by C the number of days required by C alone in the 30 days B working alone can complete the particular or the same work in 30 days A in 20 days B in 30 days A, B, C working together, all of them working together at the same time takes 8 days. I hope the question is understood. A alone takes 20 days to complete the work, B alone takes 30 days to complete the particular work. A, B, C together, working together will complete the work in 8 days. I hope the question is understood. The question asks us to find out how many days, the number of days C alone will take to complete the work. The number of days C alone will take to complete the work. Question ki demand here C never. So make the chart. It's very simple. A takes 20 days, B takes 30 days, C ki motai is A, B, C A, B, C takes 8 days. LCM kya tarni or any number which is divisible by all these three. Hello. 60 yeah, right in the 120 come again. Any number. Suma mathayam sagala di loy multiply to chanda. But if you can find out, it's good. Loy multiply to chanda thamme na aduga sida dum ratio do puthoy na ratio do dum piktha gini. Oh, I don't guide it. She does a picture. But anyway, LCM thammana di quite paper. Now divide this with 20, I get 6. Divide this with 30. I get 4, divide this with 8, I get 15 taba 1, 5. Ado itargadi C matomdagi capacity kya targadi? Tell me. A, B, C, A plus B plus C, 15 tari, A ga B ga value P. What is the value of C? What is the value of C?
5.
Huh? 5. 5. Ado di C number of days high more than now. Siya ang RST. The number of days taken by C alone, tell me.
24.
24. See, simple, divide this 120, this is the total work, this is the capacity, divide to 24, 24. Masaya roll top of from you. Can't tell me later because that.
I'm sure.
Is there anyone who didn't get this? I must have put this on. I must have put divide from the Kyanta, true. There you go. Next. Masidagi sumaya ay holadam ni ko. Any other technique you are using or method you are using, please give that up. Number 4. Simple question here. A ga B ga, if they work together, B and C if they work together, C ga A ga if they work together, 12 days, 15 days, 20 days. So they are asking us to find out for A, B, C. The question says that A and B working together can complete the work in 12 days. A ga B ga pulap ni ko. So A and B working together can complete the work in 12 days. B and C working together can complete the same work in 15 days. C and A working together can complete the work in 20 days. They are asking us, the question is asking us to find out the number of days required by A, B and C working together to complete the work. A ga B ga C ga sina la punna amuktang da thabak tawminaragadi numit masing kyani changani numit masing kyani changani ha. Question the biram eba information sina A B ga thabak tawminaragadi 12 days sangi ha. B ga C ga na thabak tawminaragadi 15 days, C ga A ga tawminaragana 20 days. I hope the question is understood. Simple chart to kitang variant lakwani kemta ongai liti ibirani big question why na PUG something ratio kya C LCM kya tha hai
60.
tell me what do I write
5.
What do I write here 4 3. There you go. Now, issue is this is A plus B. Simple, something very useful word in the loi A talks about 2A plus 2B plus 2C. A and E C and E B and E. So if I add all this to I get 2A, 2B, 2C. If I add all this together, I get 7, 12 bro. So, E gumba ani ko. 2 persons like A, 2 persons like B, 2 persons like C working together can complete in 12 days. Can do 12 works per day. So if I divide this by 1 by 2, I have to divide here by 1 by 2. 1 by 2 multiply to san jiba ani So 2 loi open bracket to A plus B plus C tar. Dadi kya tarni 6 tar. A B C ki efficiency natraga no mada to ngamba thabak to phanga ba. Twice A twice B twice C ki phangye ba. Half to thoe ba ina A B C tar is na. Dadi sida so half to thoe na no mada thabak to ngamba half to thoe 6 tar ba. Adudi A B C B se hayo kyam hot ro se aris ta A B C B se kya tarni 6 नहीं 6 नहीं Then, is the problem solved. When the body young do na hang man ba, when the di do ram na hang zeri ba, so na kan the guy line na ta ba. 1 by 12, 1 by 15 nan tawra ka ani ki thugai na ka 8 to mara tawra ani oi roi ba. It will take more than 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes low finish the day, 20 seconds. I don't know money say. To the league na through again. See, once you have made this chart, automatically na sum practice story matik no automatically urakhini ba kamai na to wi age na ha. Ya bo si ba. With a question around variance, some 20 variance question to rakhini. To get variant to already know the type when how ko ya what type to expose when to radam ni you'll be familiar pe ka da hanging mo na to da oi hit to we are to nya em ta lo ni ngai le te pe ka da time and work on to hit to da ni sina to variant nama ga lei ko si dei aina to ki aru ko se pa ka ni ni lui na khan ba se variant nama lei ko gi ni 5 men, 6 women, 3 children kind of go. I don't know like it is just simple magi total hot we will deal with that later class continue talk with that. Do na kar like sina kar lu na talk with the kamai lai han ge do demonstration to bola ini ko masi ge. Yari ko si bota. I hope this is fine. Yan da da yari ko.
It's a
Okay, so this will be the last question for today. A can complete a particular work in 20 days. B can complete the same work in 30 days. A na thamam to wada 20 days sange same work to B na to wada 30 days sange happa. Now a condition is given in the question. It says that A ga B ga se thamak to wa hore ba. So A and B were working together for 8 days. 8 days. 8 suban ni pani ge. They were working together both A and B. 8 days were matunda A is a thabo kreba. So A left. The rest of the work is completed by B. B na total number of days for the whole work is remaining work to B na hambas yai, but the question was given a particular question given a B na. Then what about the over matunda total work to assign to make carry chang have a simple niva charge of 20, 30. Ratio get that LCM get that is that 60. So get that is that 3. The again, number 2. Yeah, possible. Okay, now learn to make this. See like A, B, putokira. A ga B ga ne numit 8 days na tra thamok tor mi se. Macha ma D ma macha ma days ni khang na tap se na khang na ga di tap tra su kai su kai de. So 8 days ni ro moi ni na thamok tor mi se. Lem how we will thamok se B na mission na ba. So I have to find this out to get the total 8 am ha ne jare B na kya chang ge ha ne ba. A ga B ga na pula no ma da thau to ga mi se 5 ne ba. Jadi moi bani na 8 days da thawak kyam sura mani ha ga di 40 ta ra da A and B working together for 8 days can complete 40 units of work. So what is the remaining work that has to be done by B? 40 na khai do ni da. 20 ta ba. Now the 20 work se B na lo shan do ne ba. But B capacity is ni kya na 2 units of work per day. So I have to divide this with 2. I get 10 days target. So the target is total number of days. I kya target? Hana ke question the period of 8 number le plus 10 la hai. Total is 18 days target. Kida kana gyan da da vayoge. Same like through the equation there. The issue is making this chart, which is very easy if you understand the question well. Once you make this chart, everything becomes like butter, slicing. It's like slicing butter. So far we have used only one single technique, which is making this chart. Making this chart. Once you have made this chart, let the question be in any form, any way, coming along the condition. It doesn't matter. You can very easily solve. So my name pagka sigumba ma je happen sigi line sigi ye puri mong sin dia happen yin sin view pa iga alternately to dia ma hydrate and marking as the class continues we'll talk about alternate as well. So sini got to those variants. Gyan darega sida gyan dadaw ka na yori masigi question solve to which is lower again to anyone who didn't get at anything pa masi taki buda anything no na gyan ta da yauro gadi hambiro ya. Is there anyone or still confused or any doubt that you be gadi hambiro pa ya si question jadi gyan ta ra na mai mun ho do ko masi dagi yani no first you reply I can answer then no so minor hold law you'll be able to solve within 20 seconds. 20 seconds the question solved out. It's a wonderful level, but keep practicing more so that you get used to it. Can I hide it? See some motivational words hi there. Technique tawa ni class ko. Sige method sida sumaina dum line lo report ka daw nga tani quantitative aptitude ki aina ta ka daw class ka je ko chapter ga ise dum line hot ka ni target se duni 20 seconds ni phangna yare ga math se yaw draga di aina score do si y ka english ta hana da gi english ki background pasana li hatwa where ga di dum gives you and class ta dum searching kai yaw cannot improve the English is stable in a mark. There are some areas where you have to focus, but apart from that, talking about maths, you have to be very quick and very accurate. Target chance. Do not depend on You have to score more. You can score more only in when you are very, very quick in solving the maths problem. Problems are complex or simple or Sigi magic, beauty is not quite a lucky have come there. Even if questions are tiny, word may means a lot of questions and voluminous or but once you are able to structure out like this in a chart format, structure out the problems, it's very easily solvable. So you have to conceptual understanding to get because then I hit the weaver. Then you can confidence I hit a brain unique condition panic stress none of the but you are going to slow down. Higher chances of making more mistakes. When the brain is calm, composed and focused, you will be able to perform or solve more efficiently, more faster to solve the concentration is concentration. Reporting calm down maybe just one meditation technique or focusing technique you can use is numbers so hold this meditation number 1 brain 1 2 so it improves your focus. Try to do this before or even like paring the concentration learn to focus like this. Calm down and number 10 20 100 but so focus so meditation can be improved used to improve your focusing skills speed just follow practice it's about practice effort 10,000 or rule my pake effort hard work talent but talent is long run the talent say hard work always overcome a person who is a hard worker, very hard worker and a talented person. This is not me talking about. US ki survey IQ level 150 ki mathakta leiba ngang sing je chahi manga 5 years lagi was a document or track to PhD my scholars in study 95% of those persons or those children whose IQs were above 150 they fail to be a good achiever in life. Only 5% were successful. So, sida kai la IQ yang wang but talent yang why people who strive to make themselves better every day, every single moment of the day, those people are the ones who will achieve great success in life. Hard work can overcome talent. I don't believe in a person being born talented. You have to be a hard worker. Brain orientation mana maybe being mama bana exposed to but you have to can live from jump to so be a hard worker, try to focus yourself. So stay with me. Anyway, have a good day everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.